everyone, and good morning. So we're in the thick of annual election period, and there has been a lot of kind of movement, I guess, with the different plans. And if you're an agent and you're in the thick of it, believe me, we're barely halfway there. We're almost halfway there, but barely. So if you haven't made your sales goals yet, or you haven't, keep your head up. There's still lots of time, and now's a good time again to reassess, right? It's Thursday, we're heading into the weekend. If you're not working on the weekend, you can take this time to just reflect and think, all right, so we've had a good almost 3 weeks of data that you could have collected, right? You have done meetings, you have conducted seminars. If you're doing that, you have done kiosks. Pencil in some notes about what's been successful, what hasn't worked, and what next year you would do differently, and try to implement those small changes now, especially if you had a large data set to work with. Like if you're meeting with 5 or 6 people a day and you have all these, activities, you have a large data set to pull from, to see if what you're doing this year makes sense for you to do next year. Additionally, you can also figure out, hey, maybe I didn't do enough marketing this year before AEP to make sure that my AEP has enough activity. Right? And then you can think, all right, I need to build my funnel so that next year when AEP happens, I'm not scrambling for more meetings. I'm not scrambling for more opportunities. I need to build my opportunities now. And I need to build my opportunities during the rest of the year, during that January all the way through September mark, so that by the time October comes, I'm so busy I don't have to worry about it. Now's a good time to say, hey, yeah, those strategies that I had before, where I'm just going to rely on, carrier marketing or FMO marketing or just being in a kiosk, be my place that I generate business, right? Unless that is working for you, then by that matter, keep on doing what you're doing and try to make that process more efficient so that you can get, reach your goals. Another thing that you can do, and it's something that I do a lot and I talk about it a lot, is I reevaluate my process. So many times my clients have questions, and sometimes these questions come at different phases of their Medicare journey. For example, I have a lot of people who I just help Part D with. And because it's just Part D, and if you do Medicare supplements, you don't make changes during the annual election period. You would make changes when it's appropriate based on health of your client and rate increase time, right? Or if you're in a birthday state, their birthday month. AEP is the last time you want to be thinking about underwriting and doing all that, because that's when everyone else who's on Medicare Advantage has to do their underwriting and all of that. So you want to stay outside of that area. But your clients don't know that unless you educate them and tell them. So what I will usually tell my clients who are on Part D every year is that we need to just reevaluate your Part D plan. That's the drug plan. The Medicare supplement, that insurance plan isn't now when you need to reevaluate it. Unless you intend on leaving a Medicare supplement plan, now is the time to just look at your Part D. And if later on we want to find a cheaper Medicare supplement plan, or it's getting too expensive, we'll evaluate at that point, and then maybe in the next AEP we can make a change. Because it's going to sound really weird, but in all honesty, like if your Medicare supplement plan is $300 and it's too expensive, I feel like the benefit of you holding it until the very end when you have to change the Medicare Advantage plan, if that's the only route for you, I think it's better to just hold it on. I think it's better to hold it longer. And that's because typically when you really want to cancel it and when you really want to get out of that Medicare supplement, that's when everything bad is going to happen. And one hospitalization on a Medicare Advantage plan will pay other thing, this is the last thing that you can do, and that I do as well, is think of things that you are consistently telling your clients over and over and over again. See if you can condense and make that story or information clear and concise so you can make a video about it. And then you make a video about it, and then whenever a client has that issue, or whenever you want to talk about that, you can refer your client to that video. Now what that's going to do also is to make what you say better, clearer. Now you have a video, and if your clients don't want to watch the video for whatever reason, they don't have YouTube, or you're right there with them at a kiosk, you would have scripted and rehearsed and perfected, at least to your liking, if you put out a video, that topic, and you can deliver it clear and concise so that your client will always, or will hopefully, be able to understand it. And that takes away from you having to generate every single time this common question that all of your clients seem to have. So that's another good thing to do. All right, so evaluate what's working, what's not working, figure out if you need to make some changes currently, figure out if you need to make some changes for next year when you're, building your client base. Make sure you have, you tell your clients on a systematic basis, like what to expect during AEP. And then lastly, find out or figure out if you can make a video that addresses common questions that your clients have that you seem to always have to explain. All right, I hope this helps you guys with your AEP in Medicare. You guys have a great rest of the day. Do good things, and I'll see you in the next video.